Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the Old School Assassins Podcast, OSA for short. I am your host for today, Switchman. The man on my left is
Dickums.
the man at the secret location is
Boy Apostle.
right. So, hey, welcome to episode 7. What is it? The lines between mods and cheating. But before we get started, just to share some love to a couple of other podcasters. You like basketball, sibling rivalry, talking about the sport. College, NBA, WNBA. Check our cousins out at Game 7 on Facebook and YouTube. You like that Star Wars thing? You want to talk about Ahsoka? You want to talk about Vader? All those guys in between, the blasters, the ships, the droids. Check our boys out, Brian, Sam, and Chris for Outer Rim Rebels. And they're on Apple Podcasts and they're on YouTube as well. So let's kick this one off. The line between mods and cheating. So I'm gonna read a little something off about what mods are about because I was talking with my son a few years ago and I was like, hey, what's the point? So for mods, what they do is they enhance the graphics, bug fixes, they expand content, change mechanics, create new experiences, like even a new storyline or whatever. You can adjust the difficulty. And then I was like, well, how is this possible? Like, well, why is this allowed? And it's because you get access to the game files and the user tools. So then you can edit those files and then change all those things. You can like switch the speed up of a character, just all kinds of stuff. You like it looks limitless, right?
Okay.
You can't do it on consoles because they restrict the access for security. And but with PC, it's like the open file systems or whatever. But modding is looked at that if you affect multiplayer, it's considered cheating.
Okay.
So with that said, I'm going to just take us down memory lane a little bit with these devices called the Game Shark and Game Genie. So what I found out way back when is like the reason what you had back then was like codes in the game, up, down, left, right, BA, start, get you 30-minute content. The reason why these codes were in there was because when developers were making a game, if they wanted to get to a certain level, they needed to get there faster. They would put these codes in here that would make the experience, let them just blow through and get to where they need to be and then finish designing the game. So, but I knew dudes that was just buying the Game Shark, like they was all about the codes and stuff. But then when the Game Shark and the Game Genie came out, they popped the code in and like, yeah, I beat that game. I beat that game. And I had issue with that, right? Because I'm like, well, what was the point? You just wasted your money. You didn't even challenge yourself. You just put the code in and went through. And it's like, yeah, I got to the end of the story or whatever. But in my mind, they think that they're really good and they're not. And then I see this stuff with the mods and the PC and I'm like, all right, I get it. There's some RPGs out there or whatever game. You want to move a little faster so you can cover more ground and stuff like that. But with that said, and you say have an experience online, right? You playing, you don't know if they're modding. You don't know if they got an aimbot. You don't know if they got they got stuff out there where you can make it so it's impossible for another player to score, you know? So with the mods, I see the use for it, but then at the same time, it's just like, yo, you cheaters. And then I'm gonna just say straightforward, like anybody that's doing that stuff, I don't even see how you got bragging rights when you just going there like, yo, I just trashed everybody. I was 40 for 3. But it was like, you got a name bot. So that aren't even accolades that you earn.
Right.
And everybody wants to be great, but not all of us are. That's my take on it. It's like, I get the necessity for some of that, but it's just people that just jump right in, don't even play the game, and then just start cheating or whatever. So weigh in because I could just go on a how like they all suck at players.
Right, I was about to say, like everybody wants to be great, but at the same point, what are you willing to do to be great? Is it really your natural skills, or are you willing to just cheat? Right, you willing to use these mods to go, oh, I'm the best Call of Duty guy on this side of the town, when really you're cheating.
Diddy
You know what I'm saying?
statement.
It's kind of I don't know. It's one of those thin lines you walk for me. Like I think for those that are doing run throughs and things like that, it's a cool feature, right? You can make yourself faster, get through the game faster, so your audience who's watching can kind of they don't have to sit there for the 20 hours you put in the game. It's an actual hour that they get to look at, to watch you do it. Those mods might be beneficial for that purpose.
Wait, so you're saying for people that do speed runs, they're putting mods on there,
right? To kind of so that you don't have to sit
That's
there and
cheating.
watch 20 hours.
That's cheating.
Well, yes, but what I mean is like, I guess, yeah, that's what I said. It's that silver line, right?
It depends on the category of speedrun. because there are speed runs where like
Just
you're
showing you the
allowed
game.
to alter the game files, but they get entered into a separate category. And then there are speed runs where like you use glitches and things like that. And I think those are the more like standard speed runs. There are also ones where like you got to go glitchless, but different categories for speed runs. And to be fair, there are also cheating scandals in like the speed running community too, like when people use like splicing, or if you unfairly mod your game without disclosing that, and you like maybe you use that to get a world record run, that stuff is usually like scrutinized. So like you can use mods in
That's
their
what it should
community,
be.
but you have to be upfront for it to be entered into a certain category.
Now, when you say with or without glitches, so let's take it back. Speed runs on the first Super Mario, and they jump on a turtle shell and it keeps bouncing, and you get the one ups and stuff like that. That's an in game glitch.
I don't think that's a glitch though. I think that's just a unintended thing with the game.
All right, I'm just making sure I understand because I got my view on it,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted to
So
talk
if
to
you
y'all
want to
about
see
it.
like good examples of like a glitch, like when people using glitches to speed run, look at like some of the Souls game speed run. Like you'll see somebody beat Elden Ring like 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. Like, and I love watching them.
They doing
Uh,
that? How they doing that? Like, please give me an example because I'm at the. I'm at
How
the.
how are they doing it, and how do you feel about it? Like, you don't see that as cheating?
no. And I'll tell you why. Because usually when someone is speed running a game, they have gone through the actual game a
At
lot.
least once. Okay.
Yeah, like they go like they'll go through the game at least once, but like they play that game a lot longer than I would. People that speed run Elden Ring have played Elden Ring a lot longer than I ever would, and to me it's cool. It's really cool because like their little community, like the speedrunning community, comes together and they like share these clips. That's why I think their community is nice because they want to see who can get the fastest time while still competing with one another. And
What's
it's
the
like if you've never seen a speed run of a Souls game, it is insane because it's something that you could do, and it's just cool watching them like somehow dart across the map, or like it like defeat really powerful bosses and things like that. It is insane the way they do it.
So are you saying, though, that the average Joe Schmo could watch this video with no mods, play that game, and do exactly what they see and beat that game in 20 minutes?
If it's a modless speed run, you can, but it will take practice. Speed runs do take practice. It's a lot of skill. It's a lot of skill. They're like you gotta do things a certain way to activate like either the glitches and things like that. So like you could do it. Like, part of me wanted to do like speed runs for Sly 2 and like Sly 1. I just don't think I have the time to like really dedicate myself to it. But like
Right.
you can watch speed runs where like they'll explain what they're doing and why like it works that way. You know what I mean? So you
I
can
get it.
actually like recreate it yourself.
I'm a bit biased. I don't watch video games that I want to play. So, which is probably why I have not watched any speed runs, because I want to get my hands on the game. I want to experience that game through my eyes and how I'm
Yeah.
playing it and my
So like
choices. So
I
like,
understand that too. I would never like I will only watch Elden Ring speed runs after I beat Elden Ring. You know what I mean? But I will watch a Celeste speed run because I don't like I like Celeste, but I don't really want to play it. So I'll watch a speed run of Celeste, or after I beat Hollow Knight, I'll watch the speed run on Hollow Knight, and it's all really cool stuff to like see somebody like really do that.
so where do you define the line between it being justified and it being cheating? Where does your line stand at? Or do you
If
just think
you
that mods are part of, you know, the gaming industry
Nah,
and you're okay with
nah.
it in general?
If you were doing things like if you're modding your game but trying to pass it off as like maybe you're just getting lucky, or if you're like splicing certain like pieces of footage together to get the best possible times. It's if you alter the game without letting it be known and you're submitting that to like record, you know what I mean? You're trying to pass it off as authentic. That's where I have an issue. Because here's my thing, right? If you play a single player story game and you decide to mod it, I don't care. Right? It doesn't affect the if somebody modded Elden Ring so all their stats were like 999 from the jump, it doesn't really affect how I played the game. You know what I mean? Do I feel like you didn't really get the true experience? Yeah, but at the end of the day, you paid the same amount of money I did for it. So like if that's the way you want to enjoy the game, that's the way you want to enjoy the game. If it doesn't affect anybody, right? Like now if you're playing a multiplayer game, then it starts to get a little dicey.
It does. I
Yeah,
agree with that.
you can look at it like that. You're not hurting anybody, that's fine, but it's like still, if you're playing you buy a game and you watch some other person do it, it's like, yeah, it's their money at the end of the day. Like you wasted money. I think of it like as a parent or something like that. I'd be damned if I buy a game for my kid and he's just watching some other dude go through it. And I'm like, yo, what did I drop the money for? You know? So yeah, that's your own personal experience and stuff. But then you get these competitive people out there, and whether they do Evo or they casually playing or they in a ranked match somewhere, and it's like, where's the line drawn? I have an elite controller. I don't feel like that's cheating. Like all I did
Yeah.
was map buttons on the bottom because it's more comfortable for me. I don't have like a rapid fire.
Right.
I don't have any of that.
Auto aim.
I don't have the auto aim software. I don't have the laser on my screen, with that one peripheral that they got out. Like I don't have all of that. And then, not that I get on and talk to people online that I don't know anymore anyway, but I'm sure you go on there, it's just like, oh, I'm the best. And it's like it's hard to tell if they're
Posers.
not. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Fucking
So when it
posers.
comes to like competitions, like Evo or like Overwatch and things like that, you aren't allowed to use cheats or mods. Like there have been people who've been caught doing that at competitions and they've been like kicked out, and usually
as
their
they
careers
should
are
be.
over.
As they
Yeah,
should be.
because like, and that's
People
the
should
thing
throw
when you're in
potatoes
like
and
a
fucking tomatoes
competition
at them and
setting.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing though. Like when you're in a competition, then you would think like everybody should be on that even footing. You would
handicaps.
want to have things as standardized as possible. So usually like mods and things like that aren't allowed.
Well,
Like
here's
I
my
think
thought.
yeah, go ahead. No,
My
go ahead.
thought process is this: if we both get, let's say, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of a game. Let's just say we both was playing the new Doom. I mod the game, run through it. I got people watching. I'm like, and then I'm having a conversation with you, and I'm like, yeah, well, I beat the game in 25 minutes. Now what? How long it take you? And you like, well, man, it took me 50 hours. I get that's a personal experience, right? I still think it's cheating. In my perspective, like if you're altering the game for your personal benefit, it's not hurting anybody, no, but you're still cheating. You're cheating yourself. You're not getting the experience that the game was made for. When these developers and these producers and all these people that's involved in making this experience for you, you start to go, well, I want this, this, this in it. So you add into it. Yes, it's a personal preference, but I still think you're cheating. I still think you're taking away from the
I
true
feel
experience.
that, but there are also mods that dramatically improve a game. It can be mods that clean up certain textures, mods that and I'm so sorry no examples are coming to me right now, but I have seen examples of mods being used to
Right. I
dramatically
mean,
improve
there's
a
some
game.
that you get enhanced content, improved visuals,
Yeah,
things like
stuff like
that.
that. It's
You're
like
right.
shit. To be fair, there was a mod for Fallout 4 that completely changed the game. This is the only time I wish I had a PC. But like it changed, no, not the only time, but it changed the game so much that they essentially made a whole nother game, and they titled it Fallout London. So you had a new map, new weapons, new NPCs, new quest, and that was all made off a mod. And I thought that was cool. CS:GO was started out as like a mod to a different game. So like the modding community can get pretty insane when they really put their minds to it. It's not just like those visual things, but it can be dramatic overhauls that lead to different things. And you're starting to see like companies embrace that a little more now. Like even when so like I'm going through Baldur's Gate again, and something I noticed when I started my second story was they had a mod feature where you can go and download mods that people created for the game, and these mods can choose like something as simple as maybe you get different visuals, as or something like hey, now when you pick up certain consumables, they no longer increase the weight, and like those are really good quality of life changes that just come along. I heard that was a mod that even lets you like get out of the turn-based combat thing and just have it all real time. It's not for me. I think I like the turn-based combat in Baldur's Gate, but if you're somebody that don't like turn-based combat and they had that mod, I can see you trying it just to get yourself into the game.
So with that said, you're taking something and you feel like the developer
Missed a step.
they missed a step. They didn't do quality assurance, whatever the case may be. So then now it's like, all right, I'm gonna go in here and make this better. Now I gotta work. I paid for a service, but now it's like me taking my car to the car wash and I see that they're not scrubbing it right. So I get in the damn machine and I start scrubbing the car or whatever. But whatever. With that being said, being so the modded community is so like Do you think that's why we're getting half-baked games at launch? They were just like, well, the modding community will just go out there and fix it. I mean, that's PC only. You can't really do that with
Right,
PlayStation
with
and Xbox.
PlayStation.
But
I mean, I hope not. I mean, again, like I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody that's developing the game, right? This is my idea. I done talked to so many people. I put this together. I created this fantasy world and this experience for other people to experience. And for somebody to just come left field and be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna critique your shit. I mean, again, like Apostle saying, that's gonna be on his personal standpoint. And again, I think the line is so it teeters and it's so thin for me. Like I wouldn't. I quite honestly, I don't even like playing Call of Duty, where it's allowing PC gamers to play with me because I think it's a disadvantage.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
it's not
don't
really
like it.
mods
And
though.
then,
Oh,
well, they
but you
can
can tweak.
if you're playing with a guy who's playing Modern Warfare or whatever game multiplayer game you're playing. If he's got PC, essentially, you're telling me, if I'm correct, that person could mod that game.
I think if they're
And not
modding
only
it and
that,
it makes them do better or whatever, I think that's more cheating.
Yes.
Because like essentially, like a mod to me, if we're keeping to you guys' definition, if you bought a car
Mhm.
and you added something to it that you liked that made it better, you know what I mean? Should the manufacturer
You're
be
right.
upset?
no, they shouldn't be upset. And then if you racing for pink slips and shit, you just don't know what somebody got up under the hood. And that's the risk you take. So it brings me to my next question. So you go to Evo, you playing Street Fighter, right?
Mhm.
Now, if I come in with the basic controller and this man comes in with a fighting stick, do you think that should be regulated? Like, look, everybody got to come up in here with a regular PlayStation controller, or he comes in with his arcade stick and I come in with mine, but maybe there's a mod in that stick,
Mm.
right? So how do we, and that's the thing. It's like, all right, if they're going to have those competitions, then it has to be like, you know what? We're going to provide the sticks or the controllers or whatever. I mean, but how do you feel about that? Like, you going into a competition, right? You mano y mano or mana in that situation, and you got the controller and they got the stick.
I think
How
most
how do you
people,
see that?
when it comes to like the fight, when it comes to like Evo and things like that, most people come with their own like special controller or whatever. Those things aren't cheating. I think it's just the way they prefer to play.
No, but I'm saying keeping it on even kill. I'm not saying that they're cheating, but who knows? Maybe they got fighting sticks that are modded out there that they go to these competitions and they get busy.
I'm sure they do.
So
I think those would
Even if
be
it's on a lower scale of things, even on a smaller scale of things, I bought a controller for the PS4 that I could do mods with
Mhm.
Call of Duty prior to I can't remember the Call of Duty I was playing, but I could do drop shot. I could do aim and assist. I could do all this shit with this controller. That's cheating. That is
Mhm.
cheating.
Mhm.
I got the controller that Switch has, which is what is it? The PlayStation Edge.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's called the PS Edge controller. To be honest with you, I don't even play with it. I play with a regular controller while I'm playing Call of Duty just to to authentically challenge myself versus everybody else. I'm not even using that modded controller and I'm still doing what I do.
Yeah.
I will say this. Back when I started playing, let's say, I don't know, GTA Vice City. After I ended the game, I did look into Cheat Code Central. That's old. And I was able to give myself unlimited ammo or get the cops off me or give myself 5 stars right away to challenge myself to see if I can get away from the SWAT and the helicopters and all that. But that's after I finished the game.
Right.
For
And
me,
you weren't competing with it.
right. And for me, I think the line teeters, the line teeters when we're talking multiplayer games, competitive style games where mods are added. I
Okay.
guess I do agree with Apostle by saying putting mods in the game that you're experiencing on your own and you're altering the world or whatever it is that you want to do with your mods, no harm, no foul, because it's your experience and how you want it.
All right, I'll take that. But let's just say Demon comes up to you and is just like, yo, I beat Elden Ring, 20 hours and whatever and
Right.
stuff like that. And I use this, you call him a bum. It's like,
Mhm.
yo, you ain't good. You're not good.
Right. You need enhancements.
Yeah, you need enhancements to beat the game and whatever. And, people can say, like, well, that's your perspective. And it's like, people will come out and say, "Oh, well, we playing to win," and everybody wants to be in the limelight, and I get it. Like, but at the same time, too, I don't know. Maybe that's just old school.
The
Yeah.
old school way. I was gonna
Yeah. I
say that.
think there's a I think there's a conversation to be had in there, but ultimately, what it will boil down to is he bought the game. He didn't do it the way I would say you should experience that game, but I can't dictate how somebody else is going to play their single player story.
That's
Especially,
fine, but
and
I
then
just don't want to hear your bragging rights.
when it comes to Souls games, like their fan base can be so toxic anyway. There's like you got to use these certain weapons. This is the way you got to play the game. There's no real like standardized way to play. It's just people like
No, all right. Well, with that
saying
said,
their
I would just say
arguments.
don't have certain conversations with me if you're that type of player, because I'm gonna call
Mm,
you on it. I'm just say, yo, you
yeah,
trash. Yeah, I can't tell you how to spend your money or what you do,
Right.
but you're a bum. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you should try the game at its truest form, and after that, if you want to if you want to have fun with it, play around with it, that's cool.
mhm.
I guess. I guess I could, I wouldn't even say I guess. I can agree with that. Again, you played the game, you'd experienced it. Now you're kind of critiquing it, running through it, doing whatever kind of mods you want to do. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Because sometimes like there's like a very real conversation that mods sometimes make a game funner.
But if you have to do that, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
initially, if you have to do it initially, is it fun or is it just like I would see a mod as just like it gives me
I
some
would
replay
say
value, some replay
if
value,
you
but
if you have to mod the game to make it playable, that is a issue with the developer,
Yes.
not the
The
consumer.
player. Right. I got you.
So and there's a dedicated modding community. Like I think there was a modding community for what was that trash ass game? Starfield. I think there was a modding community for Starfield because the game launched without a map and like they
Mm.
modded the game to get a map. I don't know. Don't take my word as gospel, but I'm pretty sure that was a game that they gave a lot of different mods that the modding community really came out on, and it makes that game better.
so
Yeah, I think
with that said, I would say, all right, day one, it didn't come out with a map. The people out here like, oh, you sold us this thing, so now I got to make it playable. So then that's me going back to, we got to stop this shit. They supposed to be catering to us. You out there working on something that they worked on that you wanted to play. That's bullshit.
yeah.
You
Right.
know,
But and this is why this is also a complicated subject too, because there are people that like doing that. There are people that really do like modding their games and seeing what they can do
I was just going to
and
say that,
making
but
different
going,
projects within games.
yeah, to tweak around, experiment and stuff like that. And for the and that's fine. Like I don't have that issue. I guess I had the issue is just like bragging rights and then competitiveness. And it's like, yo, don't talk to me if you like he mentioned the Edge Elite controller and stuff like that. For me, I like where the buttons on under it. It's better than like moving my thumb over to
It
the
feels
X
better.
and the O. It feels better. And that's as far as I'm taking it. Like
Right.
I don't like anything else. The enhancements of rapid fire this and that, or this was just going to make you like super fast and
Right.
whatever. But yeah, that explorative, like, I saw the mod. I don't know if it was Grand Theft or whatever. It was a couple years ago, but they had Superman in there and it was doing stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, he made something where Superman's just going around robbing people and punching people all over the place and stuff, and I was like, that's cool.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just like, yo, look what I did with this game. That's
Yeah, because I've seen so many mods with like GTA. I can't even. What is it called? It's not GTA 5. It's something else. GTRP, whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about, Apostle? Uh, I don't
Role
even know
playing?
that I don't even know their gamer tags. In a future episode, I'll come back to it because again, my son and my nephew, they would play. It was like a modded version of GTA, and it was just a little bit more immersive, right? Instead of like mission based gameplay, they were able to like if they wanted to, you was able to like really like make a name for yourself selling coke. Like you could really actually take bags, stand on the corner, sell it. They modded it to be more realistic, but again, for those that like it, I guess, A for you. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't know, man. Like I said, organically, I'm gonna play the game. I, I'm not. I'm not looking to mod it. I'm not looking to critique it. It's almost like saying, basically, if I took Kendrick Lamar rhymes and I wanted to fucking make them better, and I did it and put the song out and made money off of it, what the fuck would you consider that?
Yeah.
piracy.
Pirate, yeah, like you get what I'm saying. Not AI though. That's what I'm saying. Like I took a verse from Kendrick and said, "Yo, if he didn't say this but said this, and if he changed this beat up and did this, and then put this in there, and then I put that same song out for the world to see, how would you receive that? It's gonna be like, yo,
Yeah, yeah,
motherfucker
that would
biting.
definitely be
Motherfucker just took this shit, added a little bit of this, added a little bit of that, but this Kendrick
Get ready
Lamar.
for court. That's
You know what I'm saying?
ready
And
for
I don't
court.
have, again, I don't tip the scale one way or another. For those folks who enjoy doing that, hats off to you for even having the knowledge to be able to do this shit, because it's probably not that easy. You know, putting mods in the game, kind of messing with game files and all that. Sounds like some coding shit to me. I could be totally off.
yeah, they got toolkits out there and stuff. I saw a few of them. And I guess it's just like anything else. If you tweaking with electronics, different guitar pedals or something on that level, you know, I guess it depends on the person. It's out there. Say, hey, this is fun to do.
Right.
It's just that I think
in-game experience, right? If you're playing multiplayer games and you're using these mods to give you a heads up or like a handicap, then it's cheating. But like
Yeah.
Apostle said, like if you really liked The Last of Us, but you wanted a more immersive experience and you had the ability to do that without waiting for the game to develop this shit 7 months later or however long it's going to take them, and you could do it yourself and get that experience you want in the game, kind of see why mods exist. You know what I'm saying?
well, it's no surprise to you because you made it. Like, let's just say, like Apostle said with Fallout.
Right.
They made new levels. That person know what's coming. New NPCs and everything else like that. Then the community around, they get to enjoy that. That's cool.
Right.
Just I guess you got to be careful because lawsuits.
You definitely got to be careful.
Hey, I took the
But that's why I think
the
Apostle
Fallout
said
engine.
it's a personal experience. So like these
Yeah.
people mod the games and videotape it, but it's on their personal level. And I think it goes left when it's a competitive thing.
So would you have fun with if I modded Street Fighter and I took real likenesses of Demon and Apostle and put them in there? And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, like
We would fucking die laughing. We got
That should be
Demon and
glorious.
Sean and Frank and all these
and
people.
Ruckus.
And you created characters of them and they actually
Not
fight
even just characters, just put their likeness right over top.
right over top
like
of like
Ken and Ryu
or
and Chun-Li.
Blanco or whoever. I got
Yeah,
you.
and put that
Yeah,
on there.
it'd
And
be
they had the
fucking hilarious.
moveset, which I had this idea a while ago, and I was like, that'd be funny.
It'd be fucking
You could
hilarious.
just overlap. I don't care which Street Fighter it is, Street
Like-
Fighter 2. Or,
Like even taking Sims and doing that shit.
oh, yeah, anything.
Yeah, that would be funny as shit to me.
Yeah, you just,
So I get it,
right. There's some fun in that. And, you can have a lot of fun with that.
For sure.
And I don't think there's any bragging rights to saying you're a great gamer because you did something
Because you
like
did that. It was just
But
fun.
to change it
you know,
around. So I understand that aspect of it and respect to those guys and gals that run
do
out
it.
there and do it. But Apostle didn't weigh in. You don't want me to kick your real likeness ass on Street Fighter or Virtual Fighter or whatever?
I think that shit would be hilarious.
Wait,
I
real
would love
quick.
that.
Who would you put him over? Would you put him over Blanca and just have Apostle all hunched over?
So who would I put him in? Is Street Fighter? Oh shit. Which one? Damn.
I'm gonna go with like Balrog from 4.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna have to
clearly
get
top
that. I'm gonna have to get that with
Chun-Li.
some thought. I think I'm gonna answer that today. I'm gonna get that some thought. If I had to put Apostle in as a character, damn it,
Chun-Li.
boy. No sir.
I don't want to see you upside down,
No,
legs
sir.
split apart. Like no,
No
I'm cool.
sir.
I'm cool, Diddy.
Maybe Rolento with his bullshit antics. Like,
Put a beret on his head.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it.
No,
But that would be dope. That'd be funny as hell. Like just put a couple people in it, kind of tweak the game and just have fun playing with it. That would be fucking hilarious. It would be hilarious. So in that aspect, like I said, if it's something that you're doing for fun and it's just like your personal baby, I guess you could call it that, right? You had a certain game on your PC, you modded it, your friends come over, you play it, it's dope. Again, I don't go one way or another because I don't watch it. I've never seen a fast playthrough like all the way through. Like I've watched some people
some
sit
clips
there
and
and
stuff.
watch it, and in my head immediately I'm like, why? Just pick up the game and play it. Like why the fuck are you watching this shit?
I'd rather you mod the game than just sit there and watch someone else play it and never touched it or whatever. But maybe some people can't play, so they want to see it. But no, I've actually seen the young bulls around here just, we got this, but we're just watching this guy. South Park made fun of it like years ago, and it's like, I don't get that at all. Like,
I
you
don't know.
just, I don't know, you got these Pee Wee Herman-esque like personalities up here screaming and joking and shit, and the kids just eat it up, and I'm like, I don't understand, but I guess that comes with age.
Apostle got that look on his face.
Yeah,
Like, fuck y'all bashing this mod shit.
What's wrong with Nah, I'm chilling.
I just don't. I don't know. Coming from when I say I'm a gamer. I mean it by all sense of the word, right? I play all kinds of stuff. And I'm not saying that like you can't go left or right. And again, like Switch said, I might be just old school, but like I like to get my hands on the game. I like to play the game. I like to experience it, go through and see it. But I will say I'm not one of those people that's gonna play the game multiple times. I don't fall in that category. You may get me to play a game twice.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I mean, you played Remnant a couple of times.
Yeah, but the way that
Played
game
Dark
is
Souls.
structured is different.
Yeah, true. You don't get everything the first go.
You know, The Last of Us, phenomenal game. Phenomenal. Never played it twice.
I beat that shit like 5 times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I get through it and it's just like, I don't know. I'm just, again, the mod shit's cool. The modding community's cool. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I think if you're using this shit to give yourself an upper hand in a game that is multiplayer and competitive, you corny.
Yeah, I think that's when you dive into the realm of like cheating, and I
Right.
think most people are in agreement on that one. That's like a no. You know what I mean? Like most people, like especially if you're a professional streamer, like you end up losing your career when you
And you should.
when you get caught cheating. And yeah, and you definitely fucking should. Especially like if people are watching you because you built yourself up on like being skillful. You know what I mean? Like then yeah, like if you're caught being a cheater, like if you're caught cheating in the NBA or the NFL and shit like that, like yeah, you should also like you lose your career because you've been lying, right? It's the same thing with a game. If you get caught cheating, then like yeah, you've been lying. You're not as good as you say you are.
You're not as good as you perceive.
So isn't there like
Yeah.
a thing with like there's like, you know, like a bunch of nerds out there, like anytime a female comes on the scene, they're like, so there's been some females out there streaming that got caught where they wasn't really playing the game. Yeah, I think that's pretty trash too.
It is.
I think that was a youth that happened to like a YouTuber, and her boyfriend was like playing the game.
Like playing it. And
Shit like
she's
that.
just narrating it.
Yeah, she's just narrating and
Yeah,
you
I think
know,
she was just probably like pretending to.
the thirsty fellas was out there like, you know, donating money.
Right,
or
and it's
whatever.
like I think a lot of her audience, some of them wasn't really care.
Yeah, they just wanted to look at it,
Nope.
which is just like,
You know,
again,
that's how they.
yeah, you
Of
know,
course.
dudes being dudes.
Us making it hard for ourselves.
Yep, making it hard for
Every
ourselves.
time.
Just like, yo, man, like get past it. It's
Right.
probably crazy anyway. Like get past the looks, but anyway.
Would it be cool to have a girl who's just like gamed out, you know, she loves it, enjoys it, rocks out with you? Yeah, but
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to ask that question too. Like your girl being a gamer, like how's her personality? Not personality, but like your girl plays games. Is like, is that a thing? Like I know it's not a prerequisite, but you want your lady to play a game?
no, but
Play
I
a game with you?
But I definitely. So I'm only gonna speak from my experience. She doesn't really play a lot, but she understands why I play, and she sits back and enjoys watching me play. So that's a plus. Would it be cool if she actually like got into it and I hear her like talking shit? Can you imagine your lady just like with the headphones? I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Take this, take or whatever. Like it would be dope to have. It's not a prerequisite for me, but I've never, and maybe I don't know if you know the laws of attraction. I've never been with a woman that says like, "Oh, you shouldn't be playing video games." Like every woman that I've ever dealt with was like okay with me playing the video games. I don't really have a take on it, I guess, just because I've never experienced that. Where like, you know, you with somebody and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing this for? This is stupid. You're immature. Put it down. Why are you playing this?" Like I've never dealt with that. But it would be dope. It would be dope to just see the whole setup. I don't know, I'm going left, but fuck, I'd love to see my girl cosplay and play the fucking video game. Just wearing like a goddamn Chung Li outfit, playing Street Fighter. That'd be, man, boy.
She had to do the whole thing and
Yeah,
get dressed up.
yeah, no, hold on.
I'd
Yeah,
have more than fucking three kids,
let me
goddamn.
just end these dreams of grandeur right now.
Right.
It ain't happening.
I know.
We not lucky enough.
No, they're out there. I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't know
they
about
are
the
out
cosplay.
there. We just ain't
Like
got 'em.
my lady's like I guess a fair weather player. I don't know. Every once in a while she'll grab some. She like medieval stuff. I mentioned before. We played Dragon Age, played Kingdoms of Amalur. She'll do things like Life is Strange,
Right.
stuff like that. But she'll go a year and a half, and not touch nothing. Then when she gets something, she's all in. I wake up, she's still on the game. And then, but she's like, I don't want to say the word normal, but it's not her everyday thing or whatever. It's like, and I'm fine with that. I don't need somebody to come in and was like, yo, this is trash. Take this out, put this in.
No,
Yo, I'm trying to see you on like duty or whatever. And I'm like, now I gotta compete for time. Well, no, I got more than one TV, so that's not an issue. But anyway, what about you, Apostle? You said they out there, but they too strange for you. If they
Nah,
imagine somebody.
I mean,
Imagine you was
No.
with somebody that played the finals as much as you, or Marvel Rivals. Like, what's that like?
Like if I had a girl that did that with me,
Right.
Yeah.
Like you in the living room, she upstairs, y'all on the same team whooping
You can't
ass.
figure out what's for
all right.
dinner.
Well, then
and
I
she
think
upstairs.
the
And she
question
come
we need to
downstairs and
ask
booty clap
is
you right in the face after a win.
the question we need to ask is she good or not? Because like
True.
if I'm playing rank and she ass,
We're gonna end your relationship. You fucking
you feel like
trash.
it's not like we're gonna end the relationship. Like you just gotta find somebody else to play with. Like this not the game that we can play together. You know what I mean? Like maybe quick play, we good, but like you're not gonna be out
What
here
is she
being
better
trash,
than
and I got
you?
every
What is she
day.
better than you and don't want to play with you? But like you're like, yo, I'm trying to get this done.
And we can't have that. We can't have that. Nah, boost me.
She
I don't
upstairs.
care if it is a double standard. You're not gonna be leaving me in the dust. Get
She's
No.
like,
your little friend group of motherfuckers that just want to hit. Tell them get into this party and we getting me to the next rank. Fuck y'all.
Let's
All right,
let's
that's when you start saying this is my baby.
that's the hostile
yeah,
imposter.
let's weigh in on this, right? Where I
Yeah.
stand, for those that want to mod, if that's your thing, you're at home, you're like, yo, I could do this to the game, make it a little bit better, enhance it. Cool, hats off to you for even having the mental capacity to do that. And those that are using it to cheat and get ahead of the game, you're trash. You're not a true gamer. You're using it to get ahead of yourself, and that's not the way you should be doing it. So again, I think there's a fine line, but there's some pro. In my opinion, there's some pros and cons to being able to mod it if you're into that. If you're into really enhancing your experience as an individual and like making that gameplay better for you, kudos. If you're in it to cheat and kind of use different methods to get ahead of the game and give you handicaps over everybody, then I'm not with it. So
That
again,
includes pay to win.
yeah, it's like a touche for me. To each his own. But if you playing against me and you cheating, I'm gonna call your ass out every time if I know that you're cheating. Apostle, what's your weigh in on this?
Yeah, I think honestly, truthfully, I think we're all in agreement on like our general uses for mods. I think we just all approached it from different angles. I think the modding community is dope. They should definitely keep doing their thing. Obviously, I don't want to see the cheating in multiplayer games and everything like that. When it comes to single players, I don't care. Yeah, that's me. I genuinely think mods are overall a really good thing for gaming. Even with like those bad apples that can come along and do like weird shit, like make George Floyd mods or something like that.
Oh shit.
I think ultimately mods are a good thing for gaming, and I want to
Okay.
see that community like grow more.
I like your take on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I already said what I had to say, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this. Before we go, I'm gonna call the FBI and the Witness Protection Program, get Apostle a new shirt. But thanks for joining us today, episode 7. I'm the Switch Man. This is my
But
man.
is it the same white shirt? You'll never know.
No, we will never know. We'll never know. And the man at the secret location in the same white t-shirt is
It's your
the
boy
Apostle.
Apostle.
He keep missing his cues.
We
Thanks
missing
for
that.
joining us, y'all. See you next
Peace.
time. Peace.